Nowadays, everybody has to present. Well, nearly everybody. And if you have to, and you have to do it online, there are a few things we really need to pay attention to. We can make it interesting online. There are lots of tips and tricks. It doesn't have to be boring and you just talking at people for hours on end. I don't know what platform you're using. My favorite would be Zoom because it's so malleable. There's so many things you can do and it's really, really flexible. But whatever platform you're using, whether it's Snap, Microsoft Teams, On24, Skype, webinar, whatever it is, you can always find a way to make sure you get interaction, especially when people are at home watching on a screen. Try not to let them treat it like a radio show where they can be busy doing their emails while you're talking to them. Find some way. Remember to ask questions. You can get them to annotate the screen, which is they simply click on a button and they can then write on the screen using their mouse. You have to remember to clear it afterwards though. Maybe you can do a poll. A lot of them are set up to do polls, and if yours, the one you're using, isn't set up to do polls, then you can use Mentimeter or Slido. I think I use at least 8 different tools to make sure that every presentation I do is interactive. Use the chat box. Start with simple questions that just require a yes or a no, and then you can extend it to longer questions where maybe people type in something a little bit more involved. Of course, we can use breakout rooms in the platforms that allow us that. But if you can't do breakout rooms, you can still get people maybe to form WhatsApp groups or something like that. There's always a way to make it interactive. Just be a little bit more creative when you think about how you're going to present your material. Split it up into small sections. Try not to talk at people for longer than, let's say, 5 or 6 minutes before you find some way of getting them to answer a question or get some form of interaction. And then, of course, respond to whatever it is they're saying before you move on to the next bit. This means, of course, that all presentations take that little bit longer. But it's better to take a little bit longer, maybe put a little bit less in, and make sure that the audience enjoy it and absorb it and that their brains are engaged.